Hello friends, today we're going to talk about an airplane I built that I have called the Tractor Pull. It's a real nice airplane from Flight Test. It has a 9-inch cord on the wing. It's 42 inches wide and pretty good sized little airplane with this size of wing. I was hoping to use it to tow banners as well as to haul some gliders up and drop them and let them fly back down to earth in a slow circle. To make this all come together, I put in a 3 times bigger than recommended motor. This is the recommended motor. 6-inch prop, 6 by 4.5 inch, 4.5 pitch. This is a 10-inch prop with a 7 pitch. So essentially the pitch of this is almost twice that. So with all this extra horsepower, this thing could pull some heavy loads. But you'll notice on the side of the airplane here, I have a little scoreboard of landings and crashes. So the first 4 flights were all crashes. With that large motor and that heavy pitch propeller, had a lot of pull, and of course the wing is so big that it creates a lot of drag, and the airplane went straight up in the air very fast and looped right into the ground, and this motor actually went into the dirt about 3 inches, broke the prop. I rebuilt the airplane, and I attempted this 3 different times, and I finally abandoned that motor, went with the stock motor, and it flies really well with the stock motor, amazingly. So what we're going to do now, I think there's enough horsepower in this motor to pull my banner and to do some glider work. I'm actually going to go and head out to the park here in just a few minutes and take the banner up for the first time. But I wanted to show you, I built this release down here. It has a servo underneath and it pulls a pin back and forth. And the idea is that if I get into trouble, I can release the banner, and that way if it gets hung up in trees or maybe even the power lines that are over at the flying field. But more importantly, when I move on to gliders, I'll have an easy way of releasing the glider so I can fly it separate from here. And the way this all works is on my radio, I've got a little switch, and when I throw the switch, this string should just pull free here, just like that. And then when I want to redo it, I'll just close it. And so everything should just work beautifully. That's what we expect anyway. So stay tuned. I'm going to close down now, and then we're going to head to the park and get this thing in the air. Friends, here we are. We're at the flying field. I've got the tractor pull laid out. I've got my tow cord, rubber band, my banner, and some drag all ready to go. I've got a little bit of a wind coming at me this way, so this could be interesting. I got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. Here we go. Hat cam's on the head. Radio, get her strapped on. We've got some interesting trees in front of us. I'm going to go with quite a bit of full throttle here. Get this thing really revving up. We'll see what happens. It flies. All right. I'm not sure if you can read the banner, but boy, into the wind, pulls the airplane up.
I'm slowing it way down. I'll try and come in for a closer pass. The banner was intended for Christmas, and it says "Be Merry." I'm trying to bring it down. It wants to pull the aircraft up. Doesn't look like you can read it very well. Fighting the wind. Oh yeah, I can read it. Be merry. Stay away from those power lines. Sorry about the sun. I gotta be gentle here. All right. Slowing it down into the wind. It says be merry. I love it. This is awesome. Trying to turn right. Giving a little throttle. It's a fairly heavy fabric banner, so I think I'll come in low here and release it. Well, it looks like it broke free without me having to release it, so that's interesting. I'm gonna have to go pick it up and see how maybe one of my knots came undone. I didn't even get to do my release. All right. I gotta land into the wind, so I gotta turn around and come at me. Nice landing. All right. Well, the banner's way over there. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Aircraft looks to be intact. Let's see what's going on. My release didn't get a chance to be tested because the banner came free in mid-flight. It looks okay. Let's see what happens here. Works just fine. Interesting. All right. Turn the power off, save the battery a little bit. I think I'll just leave the aircraft here and we'll go for a walk. Pick up the banner. I got a feeling that much load on my knots was too much. That sound you hear there is F-35 Lightnings taking off from Hill Air Force Base. One of my good friends, Major Bayo, flies over there. She's the demonstration pilot. Does a good job. She actually flew through this valley one morning, rolled over inverted, kept on going that way. It was pretty cool. All right. Well, I guess the good news is the banner didn't fall into a tree. And yeah, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. It definitely causes the aircraft to pitch up. And I'm really happy that the motor had the horsepower to handle it, which makes me wonder why I even thought I had to put that 3 times horsepower on there. Well, now I've got a super large motor. I guess that means I'll have to buy an airplane that needs a super large motor. Maybe a tri-wing will do. All right, let's see what happened here. All right, so here's the banner, and here's the tow line. A little bit caught up. It's set up to have a weight on the tow stick, which is nothing more than a chopstick. And I can see that my fabric kind of twisted. I might have to actually change that around. The idea of the orange flagging at the end was to create a little bit of drag, almost like a small parachute, to help keep the back end of it up and flowing. But let's get to the root cause of the problem here. Wow, it looks like it slipped the release. Interesting. I'm gonna have to go check that out because no knots came loose. This is the release pin holds it here, and there's 2 bars, so it must have done that. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I might even have enough battery for a second flight here if I can get. I may have to make each one of these letters rigid so they can't fold on themselves. So yeah, that may be. So on this leading one, I've got a stick that holds it in place, and that might be the solution. All right, that was kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna sign off. I might try a second try here. All right, friends, I couldn't find anything wrong with the tow coupling engineering, so I'm gonna go ahead and try again. All right, max throttle. The release worked perfectly. Put it right where I wanted, right in the middle of the park. All right. Well, folks, that's how it was supposed to work. I don't know, maybe I had some radio noise when I came around last time and it activated the release. I don't know, it's just weird. But here we are. You can see it fell to the ground quite nicely, and it released just like it was supposed to. Drag the banner along the ground here. That's the whole point of the release is, 1, you don't land with it dragging in the dirt like I'm doing now, and 2, if you get hung up in these trees or power lines, you can salvage the aircraft by releasing. That's the idea anyway. Who knows? All right, friends, another successful landing. I think that takes us up to 7 and 8 today. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, this little hatch is my own making. I like it. Easy access to the battery. Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. The tractor pull pulls, and the fly's kind of awkward, but it does its job. Stay tuned now. We're gonna get the retired Scout airplane. I'm gonna configure it for glide only, put a little turn in the rudder, a little bit of up elevator, and fix those in place. So when I release it with the tractor pull, it should just do a gentle circle and land hopefully in the park. Signing off. Here we are, day 2. Tractor pull, towing the banner up after some modifications. I hope this captures it. We got to go for immediate max throttle to make this all work. Well, heck. All right, friends, here we are again. This is take 2. For some reason, the release released again. I think I found out the problem, but I'm not sure. Here we go.
Goddamn programmers. Awesome. Uh-oh. Catastrophic failure.
It's still filming.
Of course it is.
All right. Well, we had way too much drag coming around that last corner, and I could not pull it up. Signing out.
Holy shit.
Hello friends, so here we are reviewing what went wrong with the tractor pull and why the pull release was activating when I was making some banks to the right. So I went back and looked at it, and it turns out it was a software problem. So to give you a bit of an explanation, on these airplanes, not all but most, we have some ailerons, and the ailerons are on the wings. And they're responsible for making the airplane roll. And when one aileron goes up on one wing, the other one goes down. And I'll try and demonstrate that here. So this one's down, this one over here on my left is up. So that would cause the airplane to roll like this. So they work opposite of each other. But because we don't have a lot of things to work with in the model aircraft area, you can actually install real flaps, but a quick and easy way to get flaps on an airplane like this is to actually write a software routine which takes the ailerons and turns them into flaps. And what happens is they both go down together, and I can demonstrate that here. So you can see that both ailerons are now down in the flap position. And what this does is it gives the aircraft a whole lot more lift. When you're coming in at slow speeds, creates a little more drag, but it allows for easier landings and maneuverability at slower speeds. But when you have your flaps down and you need to level the airplane, we don't want one aileron to come up and the other one to go further down. In fact, it really can't go further down because it's down. So again, with software routine, we actually just bring one up and leave the other one fixed down. So that has a tendency to level the airplane. So if I'm coming in like this and I need to bring that wing up, I can just give it a little bit of aileron input, but notice that the other one stayed down. So only one aileron is moving in this mode. Okay, so now in conclusion, what I had done on the tractor pull is I stole the flap channel to make the release for the cable tow, but I didn't disable the software, so when the ailerons were banking to the right, it pulled the release out. Didn't do it on the left because when I was banking left, it actually pushed the release in deeper into its holding cavity. So that's what caused the problem with the release. We got that fixed. No more problems. We're going to get out there a little bit today and fly some more. The other thing we learned about towing banners is my little mock-up here. So the airplane's flying along like this, and what happened yesterday is I was bringing the airplane in low and slow so that the banner could be visible. And there was a gust of wind or wind blowing from rear to forward. And what happened is that caused the airplane to lose flying speed, which naturally took the wings down. And then, of course, the load of the banner pulls the tail of the aircraft up. And guess what? Now it's going straight down. And this all happened within a few seconds, not enough time to really react. In hindsight, what I should have done is released the banner and recovered the aircraft. But instead, I was trying to pull up, but there was just too much banner pull, and it just plowed into the ground. But a little tape, a little glue, we're back at it, and we'll be flying shortly. Thank you. Bye. Let me get out of the sun here. Morning, friends. We've come out here to try the glider tractor pull test today. We have a retired Scout, no motor other than a little used one for weight. I got it set to turn right and fly. Here's the tractor pull after a 4-piece repair yesterday after its vertical crash. All right, let's get this thing in the air. Full throttle. Launch mode.
That's pretty funny.
Slow it down. See if it'll fly. Not well. All right, I'm gonna release it because this sucks.
It's flying now.
I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
I gotta watch the other airplane. Oh yeah, prop came loose. Look at that. Look at that. Loose prop. Wow.